What's up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back with another pregame live stream as the Lakers face off versus the Minnesota Timberwolves in Minnesota at 5 Pacific time. This should be a great game. Brandon Ingram's return, so I'm excited for that. Now we have our full roster minus Mo Wagner. This is a team I think we match up pretty well with. We'll see what happens, but I've noticed going on Twitter this morning after I came back from work that a lot of Laker Nation is divided. Some people want to start Kuz, and some even want to trade away Brandon. I don't see how that's possible. Look, first of all, Brandon Ingram returning gives us more depth, so that's a good problem to have. Who cares if he starts or comes off the bench? I've said it. As long as KCP doesn't start, I'll be happy. What's up, everybody? Welcome to live stream. I'll be happy as long as KCP's not in the starting lineup or getting major minutes off the bench, as well as the rotations have to be good. But it's a good problem to have. Now, do we start Brandon Ingram or do we start Kuzma? Both very good players to have in your starting lineup. One is better defensively, that's Brandon Ingram. And one I think for now is better offensively because he helps stretch the floor a little bit better. So I think it's an interesting problem to have. However, if we do bring Brandon Ingram off the bench, who was quoted early on today saying that he knows he's going to be in the starting lineup, if we do bring him off the bench, I think it would make us even deeper because now Brandon can expose everybody off the bench. So on the opposition side. So it's a good problem to have again. I think Kuzma's a better starter than he is a bench player. I think he's much more effective when he starts. So even though Luke didn't want to, divulge his starters without knowing Minnesota's lineup, but based on everyone that has been said today, I would expect Brandon Ingram to start at the shooting guard and Kyle Kuzma remained at the power forward. So that is what Bill Aram has tweeted just now. I just read it straight off of Twitter, not my words. And so it looks like I'm going to get my dream lineup, guys. And that's Brandon Ingram at the shooting guard and Kyle Kuzma at the power forward or small forward or whatever. But that's exactly what I wanted. If that happens, my goodness. So we would have Lonzo, Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, LeBron James, and Javale Mcgee. To me, that's the dream starting lineup. If Luke Walton became hip to this lineup, I would love it, man. Let me tell you guys something right now. I just read that right now from Bill Oram, who's a certified Twitter guy in basketball, and pretty much he says that Brandon Ingram might start at the 2 for now, based off of indications. So if that's the case, guys, we're gonna get a win tonight. And of course, depending on how well we come out and rotations and all that stuff. But we match up very well versus the Timberwolves. First off, we know that Karl Anthony Towns is going to go off most likely in the paint, but JaVale McGee is there to kind of weather that storm. Jimmy Butler, very good two-way player. We know that, but we have a couple of those of our own. And to me, the key is Andrew Wiggins, limiting him, below 25. I think that's key, as well as Jeff Teague. We don't need either of those two guys to go off because then our game becomes hard. He said, what happens to Josh Hart now? I wouldn't mind having Josh Hart off the bench as a primary offensive weapon along with Lance Stevenson and Rondo. I think that's a good mix and mashup for them. But I have been craving this lineup for the longest. I've mentioned this before the season started. I said my dream lineup would be Brandon Ingram at the 2 guard because he could also handle the rock and play make and facilitate. Again, Lonzo, Brandon, Kuz, LeBron, and JaVale. So hopefully that's the final lineup we go with for the rest of the season, and then we will be creating nightmares on both ends of the floor for our matchups night in and night out. So I think it's a good problem to have. Again, the debate of who starts. As long as KCP's not in the mix, I'm cool with whatever Luke Walton goes with. Now, as long as bench rotations go, Lance Stevenson needs to get a bulk of the minutes from KCP. I think Svi Mykhailiuk shouldn't play unless he's played earlier in the game. That way he's already kind of warmed up and it's not, frozen when he shoots or cold or whatever. You can't expect somebody to just instantly heat up, especially if he's a rookie, if you're the head coach, right? You got to be smarter than that. And I would love a combination of Josh Hart, Rondo, and Lance Stevenson in the backcourt. I think that would be awesome for us, as well as Jonathan Williams and whoever they want to throw in the power forward. So it's exciting, guys. It's going to be exciting to see how we match up. Again, Minnesota, they're a solid team. But it's a team we could definitely beat, and we should beat as long as we come out, guns blazing. LeBron has to show up like he did last game, so he's been great the last couple of games. I'm not even going to lie. Brandon Ingram, I want to see him have a breakout season, and I want him to start tonight. I want him to prove that he is a starter to everybody who doubts him, because most likely it looks like he is going to start tonight. And I also want Kyle Kuzma to continue to be assertive and aggressive because we need that from him, and continue to stretch the floor, as well as Javale Mcgee, paint dominating like he's been doing, rim running, all that good stuff, cutting to the basket, setting hard screens. No, all the little dirty work that Javale's been doing, as well as protecting the rim. So if all that happens, guys, we should have a dub. But remember, the rotations cannot go crazy in the fourth quarter. I don't want to see KCP, Rondo, and Lonzo out there at the same time. Crazy stuff like that. So I hope Luke Walton nails it today, because I really don't want to lose my cool later on in post game. But you already know how I feel about certain rotations. Anyways, I'm heading over to the comment section now. I was kind of skimming through some of your guys' comments, but I'm officially going to dive in there. Let's see. I would trade Ingram, KCP, and Zoo along with our number 1 draft pick for Anthony Davis. So Ingram, KCP, and Zubats with the number 1 pick. I mean, that's something to think about for sure. I don't want to give up Ingram yet. He's still very raw, and he's only 21, and I think he's the future of this franchise, along with Kuz, Josh Hart, and Lonzo. But, I mean, that's a trade that would be very hard to turn down if it came from the Pelicans, and that's all I'll say about that. As far as us offering that, I think even though we think it's a good package, I think we value our players more than other teams value our players. So I don't think that they would, accept that. I think they would want something more along the lines of, Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, and Kyle Kuzma. Like, they're going to want to start there if you're the Pelicans. They want to clean this out, man. If they're like, we're going to pair up LeBron and Anthony Davis, you don't get to keep the young core. So that's the mentality I would have if I'm the Pelicans. And honestly, if you're trading away a superstar like Anthony, that's definitely the mentality you got to have. You would be stupid not to try to clean house and take away, all the future players and picks from the Lakers if you're going to give them the present, right? So I wouldn't clean house for Anthony Davis as much as I like the unibrow. I wouldn't do that. So I like our core, and let's add without subtracting. I've said this many times. We got to follow the blueprint we're on right now, right? So he said, Dan, off topic right now, but what do you think of getting Vucevic? He's been averaging 19, 10, and 7 out of 9 from 3, and have Mcgee, Mo when he comes back, and Kuz on the bench, Zohar, Ingram, Bron, and Vucevic starting. I like Vucevic. I know he can stretch the floor, but I think Mcgee's already given us a lot from there, and I don't think Vucevic would like to come off the bench. And if we play him at the 4, I think he will slow us down the way we're running and gunning, honestly. So I'm not sure how he would fit in this team unless you bench Mcgee, and I don't want to do that because I absolutely love what he's been doing, right? So I'll probably for now pass on Vucevic, even though I like him. He's very good, very talented, soft touch around the basket, can stretch the floor, and he's a solid rebounder. I just honestly I don't see where he would fit and be happy on this roster. He would have to take a role off the bench to make us like super, super good, but I don't think he would do that. Or who knows? Maybe for LeBron he would. Said, Dan, my gut is telling me the Lakers are going to lose. Oh, no. You got to feed your gut, bro, because that's that Snickers craving you have right now. If you're hungry, grab a Snickers. He said, Lakers still struggling with LeBron. I had higher hopes, but it's still early. And that's the key right there, Ryan. It's still early. So we got a long season to go. And as you can see, some of the teams that are projected to be on the top are at the bottom right now. And that's Houston, Oklahoma City, and the Lakers. But they will be back on top. And I have no doubt that the Lakers have the roster to compete in this league even with Golden State. Javale said it today. He said they fear nobody. The only team they respect is Golden State, but they feel like they can take everybody out on the way to the Western Conference Finals. So that is great. He said Bron's team has always started slow. And that's probably because they have to mesh. They have to mesh. So it is what it is. Hey, what's up, Eddie? Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. He said, yo, Dan, are you the man flexing them bands so far? You can't cool down with a fan. Dab on them like Cam. Oh, okay. He's dropping a whole verse on me. I like it, bro. He said, put him on a song, bro. I might just do that for you. He said, I want to see Kuz drop 25 to 30. And he is very capable. But the key is, what is the starting lineup going to be? Is it the one I'm suggesting, or is it going to be a different one? I have no idea. We will wait till we get official word. I'm updating my Twitter as I'm on the live stream, trying to see if I get the official word of who's going to start. So once we get the starting lineups, then we can officially dive into that. But most likely, from what I'm hearing, it's going to be some potentially the lineup we've been craving, which is Brandon Ingram at shooting guard, Kuzma at forward, and Lonzo at point. So that would be awesome. BI said, "I'm not coming off the bench." Yeah, he did say that, but I saw the interview, I saw the question, and he said that like smiling, like jokingly. But I mean, I want the young man to have that same confidence. If he is the face of the franchise, he should be thinking like that, right? Even though the ultimate goal is to win, and you have to take one for the team, but he's so confident he knows he's needed in the starting lineup. That's basically all he's saying. He said, "Less than an hour till game starts, and Josh Hart is the only Laker warming up." Ooh, observations by Mo on Twitter. I see you, bro. I see you, but it's all right. They're probably prepping in the locker room. He said, "Did y'all see LeBron challenge Jordan to a one-on-one basketball match? I think LeBron gonna win." Well, yeah, I mean, LeBron is still playing in the NBA, and Jordan hasn't played in a long time. So that's nothing that interests me, honestly. I'm more focused on the Lakers basketball. But I get your point, bro. It would be exciting if they were both in their primes. Same thing, you could throw Kobe in there. Imagine a game of 21 between Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron in their primes. That would be absolutely nuts. But it ain't going to happen, man. He said, "I want Kuz to start, but we need to spark off the bench." That's where Josh Hart and Lance Stevenson can come in, along with Rondo. I mean, if the rotations would have been right, we would have won the last game. Trust me. Why is LeBron James coming in the 5 minute left with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter? You know what, Dan? That's a great question, bro. I don't know. Luke Walton kind of messed that up. He shouldn't have brought him out to like the 7th or 8th minute mark in the fourth quarter, along with the starters. But the rotations have been a little wonky so far to start the season, to say the least. Rondo isn't working out. Come on, Larry. How can you say that, bro? Rondo's putting up good numbers. He's helping the team. Yeah, they haven't won when he's been on the court, but that means nothing. You can't blame it on him. It has nothing to do with his plus minus. It has nothing to do with his style of play. Simply, been the bad rotations and bad decisions by the coaching staff to end games. And some games we've dropped ourselves, like LeBron missing at the free throw line. So, I wouldn't blame it on Rondo. Rondo, to me, has looked great. He's even been hitting his 3-ball. I mean, look again, bro. So then, are you gonna do a post-game stream? Always, brother, always. But I appreciate the question, man. So why didn't Rondo do the layup? Oh, I don't want to hear that question. Look, that's a mistake he made. He should have went for the layup, fouled, and extended the game. But he was trying to go for it and tie the game. So I don't blame him. But I'm sure he'll learn from that. Rondo's a savvy point guard. He said, "Dan, what do you think is the key for the Lakers to win tonight and BI and Rondo back?" Yeah, dude, the key to win tonight, I touched on it a little bit earlier. Look, first off, we have to find out our rotation. We have to figure that out and set it in stone. I don't want Luke to continue tinkering and experimenting. That's what preseason was for, first and foremost. Secondly, I think the Lakers have to slow down Wiggins and Teague. We know Karl Anthony Towns is going to eat. We know Jimmy Butler is going to get his. But if we can slow down Wiggins and Teague, then it makes it a lot tougher for the Wolves to get in the hundreds. And that's always the key, defense, right? As well as our bench needs to outplay their bench and stuff like that because we're on the road, right? Game tips off at 5 Pacific time. So it'll be interesting to see what the starting lineups are and what the rotations look like because now we have a full roster and a lot has changed since, the punch, since Brandon Ingram got ejected and all that, So I don't know who's going to start, but based on speculation, I think we might get a shot at looking at that dream team we've been talking about, guys. So I'm really excited about that. I hope it happens. If it does, I think we'll get the win. But rotations matter. He said the Lakers should bring Andrew Bynum for backup center. You know what? I have not seen Andrew Bynum play in the league for years, so I don't even know what to say about that now. If he looks anywhere near to what he used to, then I say why not? However, he needs to be able to rim protect and still have passion for the game because I'm just not sure if the passion for basketball was ever there for Andrew Bynum. I mean, he had the potential to go down as one of the greatest centers, to play this game, and he kind of like mentally he wasn't there. So I don't know. What's the dream team, Dan? The dream team is Lonzo, point guard, shooting guard, Brandon Ingram, small forward, Kuz or LeBron, either one, switch them up. And then again, LeBron at power forward or Kuz, and then center Javale. That's my dream team, and I think that team would wreak havoc upon this league. Think about it. You have a 6'10", you have a 6'7" point guard, a 6'10" small forward running the shooting guard in Brandon Ingram. Another 6'10" guy in Kuz at the other forward position, along with LeBron, who's also 6'10", and then Javale 7 feet tall. The average right there would be like 6'10" for everybody in the starting lineup. So Think about that, guys. That's the average height with that starting lineup. And we have versatility because you got shooters still. You got Kuz, Brandon Ingram, and Lonzo who can knock down shots when they're open and they're, stroking it. And then you still have LeBron who could attack and at times knock it down, even though he's been shooting at a slower clip this year. And Javale, who's been doing amazing. So that would be awesome, man. I would love to see Ingram at the 2 along with Lonzo, facilitating for everybody with LeBron back there. I think it would be amazing. He said, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. LeBron is 6'8", 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", whatever. Either way, the average is like 6'9", 6'10" for that starting lineup. So I'd be cool with that. He said, exactly. I don't know why Luke doesn't alternate B.I. and Hart and Kuz on the wings, 32 minutes apiece. Absolutely. Absolutely. He said, Wiggins is out. I'm not sure if that's confirmed, but if it is, that would be huge because Wiggins does bother with his length at times when he wants to play defense. He's not a willing defender unless he absolutely wants to play D. So he's not somebody you count on. But so Mike Trudell just updated us. He said Luke Walton will again wait to declare the starters until he has to a few minutes before tip-off. So, well, hopefully he's not that indecisive, and hopefully he just doesn't want to give it away for a scouting report from the opposition. So. He said, Warriors are the best team in the NBA. No one could win them. I mean, on paper, yes, but you got to remember that in the NBA, injuries happen, egos get in the way. All kinds of stuff could happen. It's a long season, so let's play out the season. I was with the same mentality when they got Boogie, but then I started thinking about it. I was like, you know what? Maybe Boogie won't come back the same. Maybe there won't be enough shots to go around. Who knows? Anything can happen. So you got to still have hope alive and still cheer for your team no matter what. Yeah, if Wiggins is out, then we definitely the one man we got to contain is Jeff T. Because for some reason, guards tend to penetrate, get shooters wide open, or even come off of screens and hit wide open shots. Guards like that, little speedy guys. So if we can contain him somewhat to like 15 to 20 points, I think we'll be all right. If we can contain him even better than that, great. Because we up there in the 120s. Now, the Timberwolves, they're not averaging as much as us, so we should be able to stop them without Wiggins there. Karl Towns and Jimmy Butler, I don't think that's enough firepower. But again, we have to come out, play defense. Rotations have to be on point. Stuff has to happen for us to win. We're not going to just come out and expect to win because we got the more talent. So, hey, Dan, did you get Red Dead Redemption 2? Not yet, Russell, but I do plan on. I get paid, I think, this Friday, so I plan on probably picking it up. If not this week, probably on the next paycheck. So pretty soon. I've been hearing great things about it. So if you guys haven't enjoyed, man. You said Dream Team starting lineup confirmed. If that's true, man, that would be amazing. I'll tell you guys because, yep, we get the Dream Team, guys. So I'm excited now. He said tonight's starters are Teague. I don't know how to pronounce that. Okogie or something like that. Towns, Gibson, and Butler versus Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, JaVale McGee, Kyle Kuzma, and LeBron James. So it looks like it's confirmed. And I'll tell you guys, man, this is great. All right. This is exactly what Luke has to do. He has to, if he really wants to experiment with the lineup, put out your most potent lineup. And in my opinion, this is it. Right? This is definitely our most potent lineup. Now, my only hope is if we get a lead and we're going into the fourth quarter, that this lineup closes it out. I don't want to see KCP there in the fourth quarter. I don't want to see other people, unless it's Harder Lance or somebody who's hooping. But please no KCP, and please no, I don't want to see no Svi or somebody unexperienced in the fourth quarter to close games. That's the only thing I asked from Luke. But so far, great starting lineup. I'm happy he went with it. I cannot wait. He gets a good grade for tonight just for starting the lineup. However, please do not rotate weird rotations in the fourth quarter. Like, if it's not working, don't do it. Don't do it. But super happy, guys. Super happy with this lineup. I hope this lineup sticks for a while. I hope they win tonight. That way there's no excuse to, like, switch it up again, because I'm tired of switching it up. But this is, to me, the lineup that's going to scare teams. And it's going to just we're going to go at their throats with length, athleticism, and speed and defense. Because Brandon Ingram at the 2 guard, that's going up against Jimmy Butler potentially. Great matchup. And I think Jimmy will, have to earn his stripes. Unless the refs are on some baloney tonight and they're blowing every whistle and get Brandon in foul trouble. But guess what? We got Josh Hart coming off the bench, KCP, Lance, other guys we could throw at him. So, I love it. He said Luke listens to us. That would be great if he did, but I doubt it, man. They're too busy preparing for the game. He said, hopefully Rondo doesn't take too many minutes away from Lonzo like he did last game. Again, that's up to the coaching staff. But Rondo has to show up this game. Last game wasn't his best, to be honest. But I'm just glad we're trying a different lineup. And this, to me, this is the one I was hoping for. I didn't think Luke would have the guts to do it, but apparently he does. So let's do it. Let's see what happens. And I can't wait. He said, Okogie is a 2. He is a rookie. B.I. should eat. I hope so. And B.I. has something to prove. He wants to stay on the starting lineup. Not just stay on the starting lineup, but prove he's the face of this franchise. It's about time he starts coming out, firing on all cylinders. I want to see him attacking and mixing it up, mixing it up. But I want to see him starting close because sometimes his jumper looks so much better when he gets a couple of easy buckets. It's like he starts getting momentum and he starts playing a lot better. So this is great. Dan, when Wagner coming back? Not sure yet, but as soon as I hear something, I'll let you know. However, he is in the G League right now, getting his legs ready for NBA action. So that's great news. Magic probably choked Luke Walton in the starting lineup. LOL. Hey, I wouldn't be shocked if Magic is pulling some strings in the behind the scenes because I know I'm impatient as a fan sometimes, but I try to be patient. And Magic is twice as impatient as me. He wants the Lakers to be fixed ASAP, and that's the type of front office guy I want. He said, Dan, what would be a good bench lineup for the Lakers? Good bench lineup. Okay, so now that we know the starters for me tonight, there's got to be Rondo at the point guard, Josh Hart at the 2 guard, Lance Stevens at the small forward, whoever you want at power forward, and then Jonathan Williams at center, alternating there with potentially Zulu, depending on foul trouble, but mainly Jonathan Williams at center. That would be great bench lineup for me. I don't want to see KCP get too many minutes. Here and there, if we're up by 20 or 10 or 15 or whatever, okay, I guess KCP can get some run. That way, he doesn't get upset or whatever. But if it's a close game, I really want those minutes to go to the guys that are contributing. Unless KCP comes out firing and playing well, then I won't be happy with him getting too much floor time at all. Dan, you can't deny the fact that Rondo needs to stop swallowing the ball down and push the pace. I mean, look, that's who Rondo is. He's going to come off the bench. He's going to play make. He's going to attack. He's going to hit shots when he's wide open. And I like the pace he's playing at. He's not switching it up, right? This is what his game is. So I'll tell you what, man. A lot of people say Rondo assists hunts, but I think he makes high efficient plays. I think he waits for guys to get to the spots to cut. I have no problem with the way Rondo has played at all, honestly. And it's not even that I'm a Rondo guy or whatever. It's just that what I see, him and Lance will be great off the bench. And they were. For the first half last game, they were playing amazing. Where Rondo struggled is when you expect him to become a scorer. That's when he struggles. He needs to have no pressure. And that's why it's good to have Josh Hart and another scorer there like Lance off the bench. But I can't wait till we get Mo Wagner back. I think the perfect bench lineup would be, Rondo, Josh Hart, Lance Stevenson, Mo Wagner, and Jonathan Williams. Because now we have size. We have some guys who can stretch the floor like Wagner, Josh Hart and Lance, and then you have guys who can play make like Lance and Rondo. So that would, to be honest with you guys, that would be a well-versed team, and I think we'd have the best bench in the league. I mean, name one bench that's better than potentially Rondo, Josh Hart, Lance Stevenson, Mo Wagner, and Jonathan Williams. I can't think of too many, honestly. Jay Will, the man, he plays hard. I like Jonathan Williams. A lot of people don't like him because he's not really a scorer, but he does all the dirty work. Reminds me of probably a little bit lankier Tariq Black. If Tariq Black had a bigger body on him, he was explosive. So he brought us a lot of this similar type energy. But let's remember, Jonathan Williams went undrafted. He's still a rookie, so be patient with him. But he's already providing more than Zubac has provided in the last year or so. So we'll see. He said Rondo has played half-court offense his whole career. You can't have him switch up, especially when he's off the bench, when you have a bench made of players who are good and half-court offense. And Rondo's best suited when you have shooters around him. So now that Josh Hart is in the bench, he's a shooter. Lance Stevens has been stroking the ball. I know he's not really a shooter, but he's been stroking it. And when we get Mo Wagner, I think that's when you really will see Rondo shine because he'll have at least 3 options there, So are you streaming the game? I never streamed the actual game, brother. Sorry about that. This is just Laker talk pre-game, post-game. It's against copyright for YouTube. He said, we should blow these dudes out tonight. Let's not go that far now. Let's remember, they still have Jimmy Butler and Karl Towns, all right? 2 bona fide stars in this league. and we're playing in their house. So as long as we get the win, I don't care if it's by 1 or 20, but a win is a win. We have to find a way to get it because we have the more talented roster. We have the biggest superstar as well. So we have the advantage, obviously. But they do have 2 very good young players and a bunch of solid role players. Jamal Crawford is somebody to look out for. He's a Laker killer. He's always killed us. I don't know what it is about Jamal, but he always comes out firing. I don't want him to drop anywhere near 20. Keep him 10 and below if possible. Because once he starts killing us, then now we have problems. So if Lance Stevenson has a crazy game like he's had the last couple of games, I'm sorry, Jamal is in Phoenix. I totally forgot. Oof. Okay, well then we got to stop Jeff Teague. Next man up. So you're right. I totally forgot. Jamal was there last season, so I was thinking of last season, but he is in Phoenix. That's true. I still don't think of Crawford as a Phoenix Sun. It's kind of weird. So good point, guys. Thanks for catching me on that. I almost slipped up. He said Luke needs to stop pulling Zoe out so early. I agree. And the problem I have with Luke is when guys catch fire, he seems to yank them. Like he sticks to minute restrictions when he should really ride the hot hand. So that's bothersome to me as a fan. Like I want to see if Lance Stevenson's going off, leave him on there an extra 2 to 3 minutes, man. It won't hurt you. You know, you don't have to stick to the 6. I notice it's always like around the 6 or 7 minute mark where he makes substitutions. So he said, see the fight between Butler and Towns? I know, right? But I thought Butler wouldn't even be here anymore. So it's unfortunate for us that he is because he's a gamer for sure. Butler is somebody who can change outcomes of games. But we still have a better team. We should win. Dan, can you do live commentary versus the Raptors November 4th? Potentially, man. If I get enough votes, you guys let me know that's what you want. Then I might go live if I'm available because it matters if I'm available too. Sometimes, in between games, I have family or friends over. So I won't be able to do the live stream because I don't want to ignore them when they're coming over to visit. But for the most part, yeah, I'll try, man. Hey, Dan, you might want to recheck your reports because I just seen on the internet it says Lonzo, KCP, Ingram, LeBron James, and Javale will start. No, I already got it from a credible source. I mean, I'll double check for you, but pretty much it looks like we're gonna try out my dream team. So hopefully that goes down. Let's see. Oh, so another update. Michael Beasley not with the team for personal reasons. So some minor little update there. Luke Walton will again wait to declare starters. Let me see here. Today's starters are for the Lakers are Lonzo, Ball, Brandon Ingram, JaVale, Kuzma, and LeBron. So no, you're wrong, bro. I don't know who your source is, but I follow all the reporters with the check symbols on them, man. Yeah, we going with the dream team tonight, fellas. So be excited, guys. I can't wait. If you guys haven't, please subscribe, and I'll definitely catch you guys on post game. Let's get this dub dream team debut, baby. I feel like the season it's here already, but tonight is official, baby. This is when we start the win streak. So let's get it, Laker Nation. Let's get this dub, and let's OD, man. I can't wait. I'll catch you guys post game. Keep it locked right here. Don't forget to subscribe if you already have it. Peace out, guys.